The numbers don't lie. Black communities are shaping the cultural fabric of America in ways that are both powerful and inspiring. But which states truly stand out when it comes to having the largest black populations? In this video, 10 states with the most black people, we're diving into the heart of African American demographics, exploring the vibrant cultural heritage and social dynamics that make these states so unique. Some of these places are booming hubs for black culture, while others hold stories of resilience, progress, and deep community ties. From state demographics to racial diversity, we'll uncover where African American communities thrive the most and why people are flocking to these areas. You might even find yourself wanting to move to one of these black-dominated states in America after watching. Curious yet? You'll want to stick around to see which state tops the list. It might not be the one you're thinking of. So hit that play button, and let's explore the 10 states with the most black people together. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to explore with me. We've got more fascinating content coming your way. Let's get into it. Number 10. Louisiana. Let's kick things off with Louisiana, a state where culture and flavor practically ooze from the cracks in the pavement. With around 2.1 million black residents making up a whopping 31.2% of the population, Louisiana is the life of the party when it comes to black culture in America. And let's be real, when you think of Louisiana, you probably picture Mardi Gras beads flying, jazz bands jamming, and gumbo pots bubbling. But there's so much more to this state than just its reputation for a good time. New Orleans alone could claim its own spot on this list. It's a city where African American heritage isn't just celebrated, it's the backbone of the culture. The jazz, invented by black musicians. The Creole cuisine, rooted in African, French, and Spanish influences, brought to life by black chefs. Even the architecture tells a story of resilience and creativity. But don't let the colorful beads and parades fool you. Louisiana's black community is about more than just parties and music. This state has a deep connection to the civil rights movement, with trailblazers who fought tirelessly for equality. And let's not forget the modern contributions in politics, arts, and entrepreneurship. From the soulful sounds of Louis Armstrong to the contemporary brilliance of creatives shaping New Orleans today, Louisiana's black population has left an indelible mark on American culture. So, whether you're here for the gumbo, the jazz, or the history, Louisiana is a state that truly embodies the phrase, rich in culture. Number 9. Virginia. Let's talk about Virginia, the quiet giant of black America that's anything but boring. With around 2.2 million black residents making up 24% of its population, this state's significance runs as deep as its historical roots. Fun fact: Virginia is the birthplace of American democracy. But it's also home to some of the most complex and fascinating African American history in the country. From the sprawling tobacco fields of the past to today's bustling black communities in Richmond and Northern Virginia, this state has been through it all. Richmond, for instance, is like a living, breathing museum of black culture and resilience. Walk through its arts districts, and you'll find vibrant murals, soulful music, and enough history to fill a dozen textbooks. Northern Virginia, on the other hand, blends the old and the new with thriving suburban communities that showcase the best of modern black excellence. Think of Virginia as the friend who's not the loudest in the room but always has the most interesting stories to share. It might not have the flash of Atlanta or the swagger of New York City, but its cultural contributions are undeniable. The state has given us icons in politics, literature, and music, and its black community continues to shape its future in powerful ways. Whether you're exploring historical landmarks like Jamestown or soaking in the artistic vibes of Richmond, Virginia is proof that cultural heritage and modern vibrancy can go hand in hand. Number 8. Maryland. Welcome to Maryland, the state where nearly 2.2 million black residents, a solid 33% of the population, call home. Think of Maryland as the overachiever who's great at everything: politics, culture, cuisine, and even geography. Want to be close to the hustle of Washington, D.C., while still enjoying suburban peace? Maryland's got your back. This state is a perfect mix of urban flair and laid-back comfort, making it a magnet for black communities seeking opportunity and cultural pride. At the heart of it all is Baltimore, affectionately, and sometimes sarcastically, known as Charm City. This urban hub isn't just about crab cakes and football, though they do those pretty well. It's the epicenter of Maryland's black culture. From the soulful sounds of its jazz history to the vibrant street art that tells stories of resilience, Baltimore's energy is unmatched. But Maryland isn't all city vibes. Its suburban areas offer thriving black communities with strong ties to education, entrepreneurship, and activism. Historically, Maryland has always been in the thick of it. Its proximity to the nation's capital made it a key player in the civil rights movement and continues to position it as a hub for political activism. Whether you're attending rallies or enjoying some of the best seafood in the country, Maryland keeps things interesting. So, if you're looking for a state that balances history, culture, and modern black excellence, Maryland has it all. Number 7. Illinois. Home of deep dish pizza, windy days, and approximately 2.3 million black residents who make up around 18% of the state's population. Let's face it, when you think of Illinois, you're probably thinking of Chicago, and for good reason. The Windy City alone could carry the numbers with its rich history of African American culture, resilience, and influence. Chicago's South Side, in particular, is a cultural powerhouse. This area has birthed legends, from former President Barack Obama to the ever-polarizing Kanye West. Love him or leave him, you can't deny that Kanye's influence is just one example of the creative brilliance that has emerged from this community. But Chicago isn't just about music and politics. The city's art scene, food, and activism make it a cornerstone of black culture in America. Whether it's jazz clubs, soul food joints, or community-driven movements, Chicago is where cultural pride meets innovation. Of course, Illinois isn't without its challenges. Urban life in Chicago comes with its fair share of struggles, but the resilience of its black community is nothing short of inspiring. The state's demographics reflect a deep cultural pride and a history of overcoming adversity to create spaces where African American excellence thrives. Beyond Chicago, other cities like Springfield and Peoria contribute to Illinois' vibrant black community, proving that the influence extends well beyond the big city. Illinois is a state where African American demographics and culture hold significant weight, a true cornerstone of racial diversity in the Midwest. Number 6. North Carolina. Where the sweet tea flows freely, the barbecue is unmatched, and the black community shines as brightly as the Carolina sun. Home to approximately 2.6 million black residents, nearly 26% of the state's population, this southern gem is a perfect blend of tradition and modernity. Whether you're drawn to its rich historical roots or its thriving tech scene, North Carolina is a place where African American culture is woven into the state's identity. One thing North Carolina does exceptionally well? HBCUs. The state is home to some of the most prestigious historically black colleges and universities, including North Carolina A&T, which isn't just an academic powerhouse but also a cultural cornerstone. Meanwhile, cities like Raleigh and Charlotte are booming tech hubs where innovation meets Southern charm, proving that you can have skyscrapers and soul food all in one place. But let's not forget the more soulful side of North Carolina. Gospel choirs fill church halls with powerful melodies, while backyard barbecues bring communities together over plates of ribs and coleslaw that will ruin you for any other state's attempt at barbecue. Add in the breathtaking landscapes of the Blue Ridge Mountains and Outer Banks, and you've got a state that's unapologetically itself. The black community here plays a massive role in shaping everything from the state's politics to its cultural scene. It's a place where history meets progress, and the result is nothing short of inspiring. Number 5. California. Where the sun shines, the dreams are big, and approximately 3.1 million black residents call it home. Sure, the percentage might seem modest at 7.9%, but let's not get it twisted. When it comes to influence, California doesn't play small. This is a state where numbers take a backseat to impact, and the black community has left an indelible mark on everything from politics to pop culture. Let's start with Los Angeles, the land of Hollywood glitz and glam. Here, black stars aren't just on the rise. They're dominating the scene, redefining what representation looks like on the big screen. And then there's Oakland, the birthplace of the Black Panther Party and a hub for activism and social movements that continue to inspire change nationwide. Want a dash of military history and culture? San Diego's Black community is thriving too, proving that California's influence stretches from red carpets to grassroots movements. But California isn't just about big cities. Its Black residents have enriched the state's identity with innovation, entrepreneurship, and artistry. Whether it's tech innovators in Silicon Valley or musicians revolutionizing the sound of the West Coast, California's Black community is a force to be reckoned with. So, if you think California is just about beaches and movie stars, think again. The state's African American demographics and cultural contributions are as vast and varied as its landscapes. Number 4. New York. Welcome to New York, the state where dreams are made, and around 3.5 million Black residents contribute to its cultural heartbeat. That's roughly 17.6% of the population, and trust me, they're not just blending in, they're setting the stage. Whether it's the bustling streets of Manhattan or the vibrant neighborhoods of Brooklyn, New York isn't just a state, it's an experience. And the Black community here? They're at the center of it all. Let's talk about Harlem, a place where the word Renaissance doesn't just apply to history books. From the jazz legends of the 1920s to today's thriving artistic and cultural scene, Harlem has been a beacon of Black excellence for generations. Then there's Brooklyn, a borough that's as cool as it is diverse. Whether it's Caribbean festivals, innovative art installations, or hip-hop that's redefining the genre, Brooklyn is where creativity and culture collide in the best way possible. But New York's diversity doesn't stop there. The state's Black population is one of the most multicultural in the country, blending African American roots with Caribbean and African immigrant communities. This melting pot of cultures gives New York its unique flavor. From the food trucks serving jerk chicken to the Afrobeat rhythms echoing through summer block parties, New York's Black community isn't just surviving, it's thriving in ways that impact everything from politics to pop culture. So, whether you're strolling through Central Park, catching a Broadway show, or diving into the history of the Apollo Theater, you'll see the influence of this incredible community everywhere. Number 3. Georgia. Home of peaches, Southern hospitality, and a Black cultural influence so strong it might as well be the state's official anthem. With approximately 3.6 million Black residents, making up a hefty 33% of its population, Georgia has earned its place as a cultural powerhouse and one of the most significant states for African American communities. And let's be real, when you think of Black culture in America, chances are you're thinking about Atlanta. Atlanta isn't just a city, it's a movement. Dubbed Black Hollywood, this bustling metropolis is the birthplace of chart-topping music, groundbreaking films, and a level of activism that would make your favorite political leader proud. From the civil rights movement led by icons like Martin Luther King Jr. to today's entrepreneurial boom, Atlanta has been at the forefront of shaping Black America. But Georgia isn't all about the big city. The state's Black influence extends to its small towns and rural areas, where traditions like soul food, gospel music, and family reunions are cherished. And let's not forget the booming film industry. Thanks to places like Tyler Perry Studios, Georgia's impact on the entertainment world is undeniable. It's a state where Black excellence doesn't just thrive, it sets the standard. Georgia is also a political force to be reckoned with. Recent elections have shown just how pivotal the state's Black community is in shaping the nation's future. Whether it's music, movies, or movements, Georgia's Black population is changing the narrative and redefining what it means to lead and create. Number 2. Florida. The land of sunshine, sandy beaches, and around 3.8 million Black residents who make up 17.5% of the state's population. But let's be clear, Florida isn't just about theme parks and retirement homes. It's a melting pot of cultures, where African American and Caribbean communities thrive, creating a vibe you won't find anywhere else. Take Miami, for instance, home to Little Haiti and Little Havana. This city's cultural scene is anything but little. It's where you can groove to Afro-Caribbean beats, savor spicy jerk chicken, and marvel at colorful murals that tell stories of resilience and pride. Heading up north, Orlando is more than just Mickey Mouse's backyard. Its black neighborhoods are booming hubs of culture, entrepreneurship, and community. Florida's diversity is its superpower. From soulful gospel choirs in Jacksonville to the vibrant street festivals of Tampa, the state offers a rich tapestry of black excellence. And let's not forget the historical significance. Places like Eatonville, one of the first all-black towns in the U.S., stand as reminders of the state's deep roots in African American history. Sure, Florida's sunshine is a selling point, but its cultural contributions take center stage. Whether you're catching some rays or diving into its thriving black communities, there's always something to celebrate here. Number 1. Texas. And here we are, folks, at the grand finale, Texas. The Lone Star State takes the crown with a jaw-dropping 3.9 million black residents, making up 13.2% of its population. Because let's face it, everything really is bigger in Texas, including its black community. This state isn't just a place, it's a whole vibe. From Houston's buzzing cultural scene to Dallas's entrepreneurial spirit and Austin's funky artistic energy, Texas is where black culture doesn't just survive, it thrives on a massive scale. Houston alone feels like its own country, with a black population that's shaping the city's arts, music, and even space exploration. Shout out to NASA. Dallas is a hub for innovation and business, with black-owned companies leading the charge. And then there's Austin, where the live music scene is electric, and the creative community is pushing boundaries. Let's not forget the historical significance of Texas's black communities. From Juneteenth's origins in Galveston to the modern-day movements led by passionate activists across the state, Texas is more than just cowboy hats and barbecue, although, let's be real, their brisket is life-changing. It's a state where black excellence isn't just celebrated, it's embedded in the fabric of everyday life. If you're looking for a state where everything truly is larger than life, Texas is the place to be. So there you have it, the 10 states with the most black people. Did any of these surprise you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through cultural heritage, demographics, and history, don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on more exciting content from Explore with me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next adventure.